Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from Hunky Dory Crafts, I have this beautiful collection. It's called Forever in Our Hearts. It's got beautiful florals and wonderful sentiments, and Debbie and I made some really pretty cards, so I can't wait to show them to you. Come play with us. First thing I want to show you is the printed parchment that you get. It's just gorgeous. It has rose motifs on them and lilies. Just gorgeous. And you get 8 sheets. Really beautiful and very versatile. I can see using this for a lot of different things. And then you also get this pad. It's called a paper craft pad, and it's got wonderful sentiments in here. It's really a theme. The theme is really a sympathy theme. Something that unfortunately we all find that we need to do our cards for. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I just feel like I'll make a pretty card and then I won't really know what to say, and I don't want it to sound trite or so these have just got really beautiful sentiments already in here, and I think that they're just a very beautiful and respectful themes, and I really appreciate that. It's gorgeous. And then here we've got the Hunky Dory foiled cutting die cuts, which are gorgeous. And it's got the silver, metallic silver, which is beautiful. Center here we are. And I love that it's got lilies and orchids, and also where you can remove these and put foam tape and just sort of build up the florals on them. Gorgeous. All right, and then look at this cardstock, this foiled cardstock. Gorgeous. You get 104 foiled die cuts, and then I think there's 8 different patterns that we're looking at. Let's count them. So that's 3 different ones, and there's 2 of each. Yep, it looks like you get 8 different designs, 2 of each. Really beautiful. All right, so let me show you this gorgeous card that my friend Debbie made. And she used this using the paper pad right here. So she took, this is a wreath. This is a wreath design. I think I passed that in here. Here it is. She took this wreath design, and then she took one of the frames that maybe she wasn't using from the die cuts. And there we go. She took that frame, and then she put that over and then used one of the right here with love, and then they've got these really beautiful sentiment tags. And then she also added some washi tape. This is glitter pink and glitter silver, and just added some sparkle to that as well. Thought that was really gorgeous. And then on this one, I did a cutaway. Look at that. And I'm going to show you how she did this. Oops, there we go. All right, so she started off with a rectangle like this, a strip, okay? This is probably 5 inches wide by 11 inches. And she scored that right down the center, okay? And then cut away from corner to corner on the left side. So you have this cutaway, all right? Now hers is at the top. Okay, so then she turned it like this. Okay, rather like, oh yeah, hers is like this. Okay, she made me another sample where hers is, this is opening at the bottom. Okay, so you take the piece that you've cut away, and you can just put that right here. And then you have to might have to trim it a little bit here. Now hers is at the top, so we have another pattern. Okay, same idea, where you're starting off your rectangle, you're scoring, you're cutting from corner to corner, and like a paper trimmer is just really great, but you could also use your cutting knife and a metal edge ruler to do that. And then now the flap is opening from the top. There we go. So she gave me 2 directions here to work with, which I think is great. And here she used her frame, and then she used some foam tape right between to give that centerpiece a little lift. And some wonderful sparkly ribbon, and this is from our light pink ribbon set. I think this ribbon set was used throughout these cards as well. And here in this card, she used the parchment. This is an easel card, which is just gorgeous. You can see it stands like this, and then you can see right through there. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that one. And once again, she used some of the washi tape, the pink, and just put it just below the top edge here and just below the spot, above the spot edge. And then of course using that foam tape on the greeting or the sentiment so that it acts as a little prop to keep that open. And then this I thought was great. She took the bottom edge of one of the sheets of paper, she just cut that. That looks like it's about 3 inches wide, and she scored it in 2 different places. One is a mountain fold, one is a valley fold. And that just accordion folds like that. And then she took 2 of the die cut pieces right from this sheet right here, and then just glued those there. And then this piece right here is just one of the pieces that already die cut for you, so you don't have to cut around it, which I think is wonderful. Here it is. Here we go. One of these pieces right here, and just glued that so it's just overlapping. Beautiful. And then a little bit of ribbon. I thought that was different. Okay, so now let's build a card. Let's take a look. I'm going to use some more of this parchment. So I'm taking a frame, and I glued this right over the parchment. And then I'm going to take my little scissors. And you'll notice I cut it, I rather glued it even with the corner so that I'm doing less cutting. I'm only having to cut on the right side and on the top instead of all the way around it. And then also conserves parchment. If I just glued this smack dab in the center, I'd have to do more cutting, and then I'd also sort of waste some parchment. All right, so we have that ready to go. And I made a gatefold card. So gatefold starts out like this, and then you're just opening it, and then you're folding these 2 pieces to the center, okay? So we're going to cover these front panels. I've pre-cut some of the Hunky Dory cardstock, the adorable scorable. Just using a little bit of my favorite Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue. And I like to glue my panels so that there's a little bit of white border on the bottom, the top, and on the folded side. But I like it to be flush with this inside edge. And then I like to close that so I can align that pattern. There we go. All right, so now it's time to put this beautiful vellum piece on. But because I'm making a gatefold, I only want to glue it to the left side only so that it'll open like this. So I'm just going to glue it on half of the outer frame. I don't want to get any glue on that parchment because I don't want it to show through. There we go. So that's going to open like this. And then I took one of the smaller die cut pieces of art, and I'm going to put that in the center, and that's so that I can really see all around here. And it's just little pieces of foam tape. And then we've got a greeting to put along the bottom. I'm going to put that right there. It's forever in our thoughts, forever in our hearts. And then we open up this fold right here. You could leave that, but I like to cover it with something. Right there. I'm going to take just a scrap of the adorable scoreable cardstock that I have left over. And that makes that all nice and cover. Oops, go. I always like to turn over when I'm doing my cutting so I don't cut blind. I can see what I'm cutting, so I like to turn things over. All right, there we go. And then, of course, I can take one of the sentiments from here and pick one out and then just glue that right over the center. And I can take some of my ribbon and I could put a little bow right here. All right, there you go. So as you can see, this is just a really beautiful and elegant way to express your sympathies, and it's just something we all should have in our craft stash. We're going to have to use it eventually, and so we have a wonderful money saver on this. I would definitely encourage you to check that out, and if you are watching us on paperwishes.com, you can just look to the right, and that's where the money saver is, and you can click on that photo. And then if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure and look at the description below for links to the money saver as well as paperwishes.com. And thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time.